Woo, woo, woo. 88. We've done it. Show number 88. Yeah. How's it looking out there from your point of view, camera persons? Yeah. Got thumbs up. Audience members. How's this? Hey, thumbs up all around. Here we go. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen like we knew it would. Oh, well, things will change and leaves will fall and it will rain. It's transformed before your eyes with no time for chasing. Why didn't I? Why do I? Why don't I? Oh, you never know just how life is gonna go. So you jump in your boat and row, row, row. Jump in your boat, row, row, row. Here we go, sing it out there. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen like we knew it would. I can tell you it makes me happy to see y'all singing that song. Oh, you gotta aim high and go for your pie in the sky. Go ahead, trust yourself. Everything will right itself. Life's a stream, so go ahead now. Follow your dream. Jump in your boat and row, row, row. Jump in your boat, row, row, row. Here we go. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen and it could be good. Something's gonna happen like we knew it would. I knew it. I knew we could get a show pulled off. Here we are. This is so exciting. This is show number 88. That's the double infinity. Very important, numerically speaking. Look that up. Get back with me on the details. I'm sure there's some details involved in that story. Okay, I'm going to invite Sonia to join me on the stage.
Hey.
Sonia.
Okay, here we go.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I welcome you from the other side of 58th Street, but you're also from...
I'm far away, really far away, where poor people are suffering in the cold. I'm from the Catskills of New York State.
The Catskills.
Yes, if you were there maybe 50 years ago, that's when Woodstock was. We were overrun with wonderful people.
No, you were there at the time.
No, I wasn't.
You weren't. Okay. But you are there now. Now you're there. You have a farm.
I have a farm. I am a farmer, and we have an 80-acre farm. If I was home now, I would be taking care of goats and getting ready for the lambs to be born. I have several pregnant girls. You have to do a lot of really important, careful things, the right kind of food. And then I have sheep. They'll be born too. And we hope we have 2 twins expected for everybody. We kind of plan that. The boy is always a twin. The girl is always a twin.
Some selective breeding.
Chances are you get twins.
And you want twins because why? I mean, 2 for 1, I guess.
You want twins because you're feeding one. You'd like her to produce more. That's 2. And then you also hope a lot of girls.
Okay.
The boys don't have it so good on a
Not
farm.
like China.
No, the boys really don't. You really don't, it's not like chickens. You still get eggs without a male, but you have to have a male for the sheep. But you only want one, and he should be super.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, there you go. And you're going to go visit one of our local, the Dancing Goat Farm.
Yes,
You're
yes.
doing, because you have a Airbnb farm stay sort of a situation.
Yes.
And I don't know if you all are familiar with the Dancing Goat Farm. It's outside of Tampa, and it's a lovely place. And they do Airbnb experiences. And so you've decided to see how farming is going in Florida. Do you think it's going to be really different? Must be.
Well, the weather's different
That's
here.
what I mean,
I
like-
look around here, and all the pipes are on the ground. They're not in the ground. There are no special things for winter. But I'm eager to see how she makes cheese, because I'm an amateur cheesemaker. And we do classes on, the class we do is called A Lotta Ricotta.
A lot of
And it
ricotta.
is a lesson that you can make this cheese at home with nothing special, just what you have in your
So
kitchen.
if somebody wanted to come to your farm and make ricotta, that could happen?
We do have classes. It's applepondfarm.com is the website, and we have had many apprentices at the farm, maybe 100 people. coming from all over. They learn to drive horses, learn about electric power. We have a turbine and wind and solar panels. We make about 90% of our electric.
Oh, that's
so it saves a bit of money.
Yeah.
We love having people come. You know, it's kind of nice to have people who don't know anything about farming. And
oh yeah, okay. I was hoping, I thought you might want like somebody that knows. You're happy for somebody that knows nothing to show up at your door.
For a tour, we are looking for apprentices, and in fact, we're looking for people right now who want to work and learn a bit about farming. Yeah.
Okay. Now, does that include a place to stay?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they would stay there and they would work and learn, and then they could go off and do their own little homestead.
Yes, and many of them have done that. We also, you know, there's a press to eat up all the farmland as cities expand.
Oh.
And that's the case in New York. It's very sad.
So we could build a subdivision. Or
well, our farm will eventually be sold, but we didn't want it to be divided into parcels for second homeowners who are wealthy. Mm-hmm. So, and if you really want to do that and nail it, you have to put it into a conservancy, a land conservancy, and go through a lot of paperwork. And that land conservancy, the Delaware Highland Conservancy, inspects every year to be sure that the next owner hasn't put in a bowling alley or divided up into parcels. So the land will always be farming.
Yeah, who's the president of that organization? That's why. Who's the president of the policing organization? I mean, you've got to keep good people on that board. There's a question from the audience. What
Where in the Catskills? Where exactly?
Where?
It's called, well, we're in Sullivan County. That's the county we're in. And it's really, used to be the Borscht Belt. It's where all these big hotels were. Let's see, the Nevele, a whole lot. And the town is Callicoon Center. It's a little tiny one. We're separated from Pennsylvania by a river. So it's called the Upper Delaware River area. Very beautiful, hilly, cold in the winter.
Now, what I know about you is that you have done a radio program. Because so there's a community radio station near you.
Yes.
Like we have WMNF, and when Sonia and I first met, she said, oh, we'd go to the conferences and WMNF would be there. Like WMNF was the shit in the day. Yeah. But the radio station you've been on
is
is
WJFFradio.org. And for a county of 75,000 people, not terribly well-to-do.
So wait, is this just an internet radio station?
No, we're on 24 hours a day. We've been on the air for more than 30 years.
30 years.
And we were, for a long time, mostly powered by hydropower. There's a dam, and water falls over the dam, and we make electric that way. We have a lot of volunteers producing shows. My show is called Ballads and Banjos. And you have inspired me to really think bigger and do more things on the show. And I am really delighted with that inspiration.
That just means I have plenty.
I like to, when you've done a show as long as I have, for such a long time, you got to reinvent yourself.
Yes, so, I've been on 3 years. She's been on, what, 30 years or something?
Yeah,
and so it's like, So
now I'm taking something that's happening and putting that into the show with music to go with it. Like, for instance, in
you're telling
April,
a story.
Yeah, this March is Women's History Month.
Okay.
So I will have spoken word of outstanding women, like outstanding Irish women, because it's St. Patrick's Day. Oh. And then we'll play Irish music and try to pick people that you don't know, or Native Americans, or Bob Marley's wife and daughter are both musicians. Talk about them.
I bet they can sing like angels as well.
Yeah. So in April, it's Paul Robeson's birthday on, I think it's the 9th. And I've been, Paul Robeson, a marvelous, outstanding Native American, Black American whose life story was remarkable. He grew up in Princeton. He went to Rutgers. He went to law school.
Give me the name.
Paul Robeson.
If you don't know, look him up.
He was an athlete. I mean, he did track, baseball, great football player, and a magnificent singer. The first black person who ever did Shakespeare Othello, and Othello is black. And it was with a white cast.
Oh.
And he did Old Man River Showboat, and he had a remarkable life and a presence, a very
And so what does this have? You're going to put him on a show. I've
Well,
lost.
he's dead.
I've lost
I can't
the plot.
put him on the
I know,
show.
but his music. I've lost the plot.
It's his
darling.
birthday.
It's his birthday. That's
So we're
right.
gonna
And you
do-
know what today is also? I mean, his birthday is not today.
No,
it's when you
it's
do your
in
show.
April.
When you're doing your show.
Yeah.
This is Super Bowl Sunday, baby. You know, you decide. All right, hand signals in the audience. Are these guys going to win or are those guys going to win? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, I did both. I was like, this is my dexterity. This is my, what do you call it? Coordination test. Can you be a tiger on one side and a ram on the other?
But you have really inspired me with your passion for radio that you make yourself. And I did a little interview, 3 minutes of you, remember?
Yeah.
And I said, what do you need to do a show?
Oh, right. All you
And
need
it
is
was
your
one
telephone.
word.
Oh, what did I say?
Phone.
Phone, yes, phone. That's all you need because we're doing this on the telephone.
It is amazing.
Now, we do have these, when we're live on Facebook off my telephone, we do have these little $15 microphones that make the sound come through better. That's what this is.
Good. Well, that's what you need. But the fact that people can do a lot of this themselves and share it on the internet I think it's pretty amazing.
Well, yeah, so I've been giving you a few lessons on trying to, so that you can do it yourself. I find you're very inspiring because you're learning so many new things. And you know what I think is very inspiring about you? You're learning to swim.
Oh, yeah.
That's ridiculous. You can't learn to swim.
I know how to swim. I've been swimming all my life, but I'm not swimming the way I want to swim. So I went to the Y. The Y here is it's amazing. And I wanted to take a lesson. I wanted to swim like the people in the rows, you know? They're going like
the
this.
lap swimmers.
And I never could do that because I never knew that you have to put your face in the water. I mean, really put your face in the water. So in 15 minutes, this woman who was, you know, very energetic woman with lots of tattoos on, she said, will you do this and this? And I put my face in the water, and then I got goggles because it was very much chlorine.
And who knew that, you know, you could wait this long?
One of the benefits of this area is all the things you can do, like,
Another thing I find interesting about you, now we met at the clothing swap downtown.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the good old clothing swap. You said you lived in a communal living situation.
Yeah, I'm a real believer in
Now, I find that super interesting, living by myself for all these years. How does one live in a commune? Did you call it a commune?
Yeah,
You
it was
called
the
it the
Dean
word
Street commune. It was in a neighborhood that wasn't so good in Brooklyn, and it was a house that came to us with a very low rent, 4-story house, which now has all been gentrified and the property sold for $10 million or something crazy.
Yeah.
And we were 4 couples. We were monogamous couples. One of the things that often makes communes fail is if there's a lot of sexual interaction among members. And
Makes
people
just
crashing.
about everything fail.
When people crash and stay for a few days and it turns out to be a month.
Oh, yeah, when your friends come over and sleep on the couch for a month. So
Yeah.
didn't have that.
We had meals together. We were organized, and sometimes people looked down upon us because we had rules. Well, the rule was you had 1 chore a week, but 1 household chore a week, and you lived in a clean kitchen, living room, bathroom.
Yes.
Just one thing.
And you came, so there were meals cooked 7 days a week or 5 days a week?
5 days a week, supper.
5 days a week, 2 people would cook supper.
Yeah, cook and clean up. So when I came home from going to school at night on the subway at 10 o'clock, in the oven was dinner with foil on the top waiting for me.
And how did you guys manage to put up with each other? Like you had weekly meetings?
Yes, we did.
And that was important, you think?
It was very important. And we took turns chairing the meeting, and someone took notes and someone shared, and then it rotated to the next one.
Yeah, I like that. That's interesting, having a different person running the meeting every time. So if I'm taking the minutes for this meeting, the next meeting I can read my own, and then what was the matchstick thing? That's what.
Oh, you know, I've been in a lot of political groups years ago, and I don't think it's quite the same now. Where
this wasn't necessarily at in the community, but it has to do with chairing meetings and passing of power.
It was in the days of anti-war, Vietnam War activity, and it would seem that women tended to be away from the circle, and a lot of times in the kitchen or collating the mimeograph stuff.
I see a lot of nodding in the audience.
Someone got the idea. Everyone gets 3 matchsticks.
3 matchsticks.
You throw it in and talk, and when they're gone, you can't talk anymore.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe some kind of group living arrangements are coming back. You know, I think of all the women who are over 60 who are alone. And having your own stuff for everything is expensive. If there's some way you can have private space, but still do things together, especially some of the work that you would do together.
How do you conflict resolution? What, like in where you were, like I can imagine that somebody would have a conflict, and how did you all resolve?
You have to talk about it. Initially, conflicts were about doing chores, because both men and women had to do the same chores. And truthfully, women often have a different standard about it.
Now this is 50 or 60 years
Listen.
ago. I don't know.
You know.
How is it this day?
But so what we had to do is understand that to
We
clean
caused a ruckus in the audience here. Okay.
Well, probably you know what I mean. I mean, if you're living with a partner.
Okay, so what now? But this is, I find interesting. So the men and women had the same chores, but different standards, and so you had to just.
We had to have a range. If your job was to vacuum the common space, the living room, I mean, I would do it and dust and do all that, and maybe even do the mirror over the fireplace. And the men would do the vacuuming and pick up the papers, and it would look okay. But that's okay. That is really okay.
Let people, what is the each according to his abilities?
Well, something like that, yeah.
You know, so it's like.
We only spent $10 a week on food, so, you know.
$10 at the time, you spent $10 a week on food.
Yeah.
And, okay, so you had one meal prepared out of communal food.
5, yes.
But the rest of the time you just went to the refrigerator and served yourself with the communal food.
Yeah.
So if you got up and and what you said, 2 people went shopping. They did the weekly shopping. That was one of the chores.
Yeah.
Cooking was a chore. Shopping
If you
was a chore.
wanted wine or ice cream, go right ahead. But it's yours, you know.
That was a little extra.
Like surely when you were if you go to a hostel in New Zealand or any hostel,
Well,
there's a kitchen refrigerator and people have their names on stuff.
Right, but nothing is necessarily group in that environment.
Right.
So was the only group meal the dinner that was cooked, or were there group supplies like oil and vinegar?
Everything,
and,
yeah.
Everything
It
was.
was.
Yeah.
Probably the most interesting thing was to do some income sharing.
Income sharing,
We really
see?
did income
This
sharing.
is interesting.
It was, I think, 1%.
1% of your income.
We had an 8th grader, and his 1% was like 40 cents. And someone who had a full-time job, there may have been like $20 a month or something. But then at the end of the year, we put it all together. And that was a lot of money, $1,500 maybe after.
Woo!
And we decided what to do with it. And we had half of it we gave away to causes that we would each.
Why bother? What was the
we were all very much leftist and involved in left politics. So we were going to give money away to SWAPO or to South Africa or whatever.
Okay.
And not $10. You know, we would give $5, but we could give $100.
Ooh.
And then the other money, it went back to us. So the 40 cent a month kid got as much as me. And we did whatever we wanted. We told people what we were going to do. No approval, just tell us. And when you've done it, come back and tell us.
Like things like take a class.
Yes, we bought a potter's wheel.
Bought a potter's wheel, or.
That was a really kind of interesting stretch. And I really hope that in this other stage of my life, there was some kind of
And you would go back to, and I presume your commune living has made you a really good host for people come to stay on your farm, you know, just sort of being used to and able to deal with people.
But I think that's really not for everybody. There is everybody, I think, wants or needs some private space. And that is important in any kind of group setting. So one of our members actually stole from hotels those little things on the doorknob.
There was crime committed back in the day.
And so, you know, that helped. But
the little do not disturb sign, that's what was stolen?
Yeah, and that seemed to work.
Seemed to work, okay.
Something to think about.
Well, I really appreciate getting to know you.
Yes,
and
a
being
good friendship
able,
started.
Yes, we have fun. We have a good time together. we went down to the senior center and played at their open mic. This is a little, some flowers that I'd like to gift you. And I'm going to take your microphone from you.
Okay. Thank
And
you so much. A pleasure, Dorothy.
you take those home and you enjoy them or pass them on or fling them over the fence or recycle.
Okay,
or
thank you very much.
Yay.
A great show. Thank you.
Oh, wow. How exciting. That's super exciting. I've never managed to live in a communal situation. Well, maybe. Well, I can. But anyways, we're not talking about me right now. Oh, me. This is what I do. Look, I invite you to be my patron. Okay. Now, that's how you do it. You go to patreon.com and you pledge money to the show so that I get up and do this every other Sunday. How about that for an idea? All right, now, tomorrow is Valentine's Day, and I went with Sonia to perform at the Senior Center in St. Petersburg. I'm drinking straight whiskey if anybody's interested. But this is a song about a run-rummer, and I played this song last week, and people are like, am I going to play it again? And I'm like, this is the Laura Shepard Show. Of course I'm going to play it again. I can do whatever I want. And this song is about love, and with Valentine's Day coming up tomorrow, this song is about, and everybody have patience because I will not start playing until the instrument is actually tuned. This song is about a man who was running rum and running the town basically, and then he fell in love. Does that sound like it's going to work? He fell in love, and the person he loved went off to Fiji, and he decided that maybe she was worth chasing. So this is a real love song. Ooh, the parrot's gonna like it. I was dreaming of Fiji back when I was running round. I'd sail into port with the wind at my back and work my way through the town. And I was treated like a king, fresh from Siam, 'cause I was bringing the rum. Every cantina awash with the sound that a river of liquor does bring. And the smoke would be curling and rising on the beat, and the lights, they would flicker in time. But I'd be dreaming of Fiji, 'cause I knew that's where you had gone. I rose with the tide and went back to sea. Yes, I flung myself back to the sea. I was leaving behind a mighty fine life, but I was charting a course for a wife. And if you follow the scent of love out to sea, it'll make you or cost you your life. But I followed my heart, and I docked my boat, and I left my boots at your door. And I fell on my knees before you, 'cause you are my queen. And now I reside in Fiji. I sleep soundly through the night. And I rise at dawn to gaze upon a prize justly won. The wind no longer drives me. It's the light of love in your eyes. I docked my boat, left my heart. Yes, I left my boots at your door. Leather and the liquor and the gold, they're nothing compared to a wife. They're nothing compared to a wife. They're nothing compared to my wife. That's for all you happily married people out there. Okay. Next on the list, Coley. Coley. I keep calling you, I'm going to call you Coley. We're not going to say it, Coley. Welcome, Coley. I'm going to give you this. How are you?
Doing good.
I don't know. I hate it when it flops that way. Okay. That was exciting. That's always the exciting part.
How you doing?
I'm doing really good. We have you on the board. Coley, ColeyTV.com.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck is ColeyTV, baby?
I make content, so I make music, films, TV shows, comedy specials, everything from short length to full length. Mm-hmm. So I've written 10 movies. I'm making my first in town called Jeebus.
Jeebus. What's Jeebus about? Wait, this is exciting.
Yeah.
We can't just let that slide by. You're filming a movie that you have written, a full-length movie, in and around Gulfport.
Yeah.
And you've been doing it for a couple of months, and there's still some filming to go.
Yeah, we've shot about 6 out of 18 scenes. We'll be done filming in around April. And we've been working on it for a year with pre-production, and there's 70 people in town, cast and crew. So everybody works at low tides working on the movie, and it's really fun.
Spell it.
Jeebus, Jebus, like Beach Bum Jesus. It's Jeebus. I play Jeebus.
Yeah, so it's a classic Jesus story with some...
But it's a satire. It's like a Monty Python, Sacha Baron Cohen style satire. So I'm mocking society and current dystopic kind of upside down political landscape, just mocking everything really.
And how the filming's been going great, I presume.
Been great.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really good.
I guess I'm going to be in your movie.
Yeah, she's in it.
Now I haven't yet done my part. We ran into
25th, 24th.
Whatever day.
24th.
Friday, 2 weeks from last
25th.
Friday.
The 25th.
Friday, several weeks from last time. These days are super interesting because you have things planned, and then plans just change. And so we were going to be filming on the 11th. Now we're filming 2 Fridays from there. I guess I was invited to play the character of a retired sort of punk rocker.
Yeah, punk rocker raging against the system,
Now, can you imagine that?
I feel like you can do that.
I think I can pull it off. Yes, well, Stone was going to be in our movie, and Stone has passed
Stone was
away.
a dear friend.
Yeah, he would have been. It's like the screen has lost.
He had like the best audition.
I bet.
It was really good.
Yeah,
it was funny.
Yeah, and what is it? What are you expecting out of me?
Out of you?
Yeah. For example, let's talk about me.
I just want to see the Laura Shepard show. You just do you.
Just do me.
Yeah, you do you with a shtick that fits for the movie. Everybody, our style has been a very like Zen directing style. It's just like let everybody be what they are.
A Zen directing style. Let everybody be what they are.
Yeah, it's like not acting. I've casted people who are playing themselves basically.
Right. Okay.
It's just be yourself.
Just be yourself.
Yeah, and have fun.
So this movie doesn't have a whole bunch of dialogue that I'm expected to memorize.
No, you can improv as much as you want or as little as you want, and it's very improvisational. We've had whole shoot days where we do the script, but then we also just make up the whole rest of the day.
Right, because as long as you got the people out there, and you never know what bit of film is going to.
Yeah.
And who
you get magic moments that way. You get it's full of a lot of life.
Who does the actual editing of the film?
Stephen McKendry is the co-director and editor, and he's a part of Time Code Productions, which is a production company in town.
Time Code Productions.
Yeah, and he's with Sean, who owns Low Tide, and Stephen Bowman, who's the sound guy, and Adam's the business guy. So they have a production company. So I moved to town December 2020 and walked up the street to get some kava, which I'd never heard of, and then met this director, and the next thing you know, I'm partnered with the company to make a movie, and the whole town's cast, part of the cast and crew. It's really wild. I've never experienced anything like it.
Gulfport is a magical little town. There's a bunch of magic that happens here. It either happens or it doesn't.
Yeah.
So, magic in general, but in Gulfport in particular. Okay, so now the name of this company in town. Say their name again.
They're Time Code Productions.
And what do we better get them on the show. Yeah. But if somebody wants something produced, they could get them. And you're working with them to produce this movie. And what about the rest of your ColeyTV content?
So then I have my own media company called Revel Media.
Revel or Rebel?
Revel, like to celebrate, like a reveler.
Yes.
Or like a revolutionary, but like a positive revolutionary, like, celebrate changing the planet, while you're doing it kind of thing. So underneath that, I have vertically integrated media. So I have 18 music albums recorded, 14 out, the 10 movies I wrote. I have a 8-episode docuseries, a Coley docuseries that I fully produced. So my plan is to take the finished Jeebus movie and the docuseries and the 10 scripts to Netflix, Amazon, Apple, and try to get like a distribution output deal. And my company will just make them. So I make the movies, I make the music that goes on the soundtrack to the movies.
So you've been doing these things on spec, as it were.
Yeah, I self-fund and self-executive produce all my stuff, yeah.
Right, and so now, if we wanted to see your stuff, is it all in hiding, waiting for you to sell it to someone else?
So the long form is waiting to be sold, but the short form online, there's 30 music videos, there's 14 albums, there's tons of comedy sketches, there's 30 episodes of a podcast.
And all that is at ColeyTV.com.
Yeah, so that's got a bunch of funky stuff.
Yeah, so we can kind of get an idea of, and what made you want to film a movie? Had you been on a movie set or seen that? Or
I was in the Joker. I was an extra in the movie The Joker.
Oh, okay, right, yes,
the
okay,
Batman.
yeah. And then you see how it happens.
And then I was in a movie with Melissa McCarthy and Tiffany Haddish as an extra too. And I'd done some acting. Like I was a theater minor at Georgetown in college, and I've been in a couple ad campaigns with like Fat Joe, big platinum rapper. Dude, it's like really random things. My life's taken me to some weird places, but I've always known I like to be an auteur, so I like to like create the content universe and then bring it into production. So I've always been the type that I just like decide what I'm going to make, and then I find a way to make it, and I raise money for it, and
and so the idea is that once you get the thing, I'm imagining this. Okay, so you're going to have movies,
ready to roll that they can show. You got scripts ready to, all
Go
they
into
got to do,
production.
go into production. So it's going to cost you this much. You got music, you got something, and you got more stuff coming on, and then these Netflix, they need content.
Yeah, they're like a water utility. They just, every month you're paying your bill and you just want unlimited content. And with the pandemic, the demand's really high and it's wild. And, when people watch the movie, it's going to look like it costs $2 million, but it's on track to cost us like $100,000. So not cheap, but also pretty cheap for making a full-length movie.
Pretty cheap for making a full-length movie. It seems interesting to me because we can all make content. Like I'm making content as we speak, darling.
Yeah.
And Sonia was up here talking about, the radio show that she makes and the content that's available. How is it that you're going to differentiate do you have connections? Are you good about putting together a proposition? How is it?
So I have always had the split brain where I'm an entertainer, but I'm also a businessman. So like I've networked a lot, and I'm from Philly, so I had been back and forth to New York and LA a lot. So I built a lot of connections there, and I have the same lawyer as the Jackass franchise. So like they were just some punk rock kids from outside of PA who were just like pooping on each other and like doing weird like punk rock stuff and they were making millions of dollars doing it with a TV show, film, franchise kind of thing. So he calls what I do Jackass with a purpose. So it's like it's supposed to entertain you, but it's also supposed to edutain, and I call it enlightainment. It's not entertainment, it's enlightainment, so it helps enlighten you. It's
those are good fancy words.
Yeah,
Can
cool.
we we need to write these on the board. Hold on a second. We got to what is it? Yeah. Let's give us this word.
So I'm not an entertainer. I'm an enlightainer.
There we go.
Enlightainer.
No, we've been enlightened anyway. We've already added.
Without drinking my own Kool-Aid, and we're all just silly humans. But the goal would be that you want elevated content that arises you to your best potential, your purest self.
Well, absolutely.
Inner child, whatever.
That's how I advertise this show. It's like this show is all about just good, happy, good news, happy goodness. Yeah. I'm telling people, if you know somebody who's miserable, tell them to go to YouTube and watch old Laura Shepherd shows or be a patron, because it's generally pretty. If I do say so myself.
Yeah.
We generally uplift it. Are you? You've moved now to Gulfport because a family member had a house?
So, yeah, my grandfather bought a little condo for $40,000 like 30 some years ago, before Gulfport turned into all this. So I got lucky, and I take care of my aunt here, the Rainmaker. And
the Rainmaker?
That's my nickname for her. Her name's Aunt Rain.
There you go.
Sweetheart.
Yes.
And she was I just like giving little nicknames. She was sick, so now that she's back, I gave her a little theme song. It's like, it's like Rainmaker, yeah, she's back on her feet, Rainmaker. just like little silly things like that. It's fun.
And so what kind of music do you produce?
It's alt pop. It's like pop music, got big choruses and verses and
you
bridges,
write the songs?
and write all the songs. Yeah.
Okay, give us a chorus. Give us a hook that you.
Of course.
Why not? Sorry, just put you on the spot.
I made a few wrong turns. I got one song called Wrong Turns. I made a few wrong turns. I write about life, just anything.
Yeah. And so are your songs like lyrically driven mostly?
Lyrics,
lot
lyrical
lyrics.
about life, and just like life's bumps, scrapes, and enterprises and missions, and healing, and it's very psychological. Like the song for me will be the answer. So if I'm dealing with something, I'm dealing with it, and then when the song's written, that's the answer to the thing I'm dealing with.
And where are you recording your music?
So I got the condo right on the water, so the mic's right overlooking the water. I see dolphins while I'm recording and stuff.
Right,
It's so nice.
Because this is the 21st century. You can sit
do it
in
from
your
home,
condo and record content that's good enough that Netflix would want to buy it from you.
Yeah, I mean, we've been doing this. I've been doing this 15 years, long time, and we've got like, it's you got to have an expertise in it, but the tools are there. Anybody can do it. It's fucking incredible. It's
Right. And do you have people that you've been working with a long time that are your techno persons, or are you the techno
Yeah.
person? Because I'm the techno person of this show, baby. I'll clean that microphone on.
So I've got all partners. I've 4 music producers who are signed to my publishing company. We've been working together for 10, 15 years. So they make the beats, I make the songs. And then on the film side, I have different partners for different projects. So I have like my editors for the TV show. I got the director and editors for the film. And I like scaling people so that I'll be working on 8 projects at any given time, but each person I'm partnered with is only working on 1 at a time, so that they're focused exclusively on it, and then I can scale a couple projects at once. It's pretty nuts. Before I did all this, I was a media investment banker on Wall Street, which makes no sense.
Wait, a media
investment banker.
Investment banker. What is a media? In case you're looking for a career, here's one.
So it's like a financier, but purely for media, so entertainment. So Credit Suisse would fund Disney movies and radio shows and radio stations and stuff. So I never wanted to work in finance, but I did want to work in entertainment. So I went there just to learn how to structure my own companies and deals and
how to put together a proposition.
How to put together a proposition, how to raise capital, all these things.
To make it look, because I guess before you go to Netflix, you can't come up with the back of a napkin.
No, although part of this filming has been elbow grease back of a napkin for sure.
Well, yes. But I guess there's a format that they're used to looking at. Something makes it easier for them.
Yeah, it's got to be technically and commercially satisfactory, as they put in the contracts.
Yeah, well, I look forward to your successes, of course,
And it's awesome doing it here in Gulfport. It's so sweet.
Gulfport is really
awesome little town.
I'm gonna present you with some flowers, just because this presenting people with flowers is a trick of mine, so that the recycling people don't know how much I drink. That's what's going on there. Now, and before you leave the stage, I would like to give you one of these.
Okay.
And you can have another one if you want to.
Yeah.
That if you eat the whole,
right?
you eat the whole thing, and it's very sour. Go ahead, do it.
Yeah, right now.
I dare you. Okay, you eat it and you keep. What? Oh, the name of the movie. One more time.
Jeebus.
No, you eat the skin. The skin's the best part.
The whole thing?
You put the whole thing in your mouth. I dare you. Okay, it's gonna be sour. Okay, keep chewing. Keep chewing. Oh, it's getting better, isn't it? Oh, is it getting sweeter? Is he liking it?
Much.
He did it.
It works. It's eating. Not that bad. I don't know if you're supposed to eat this.
Yeah, absolutely. Here, I should have done it with you so that I didn't want to. This is Florida. Look, it grew on that tree right over there. This is like a little vitamin C pill.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I'm giving you drugs. That was vitamin C. All right, Colby. I'm looking forward to working with you. And when the movie actually is somewhere people can watch it, I guess we'll talk about it on the show again.
Instagram Jeebus Movie, @JeebusMovie.
That's where it's going to be eventually.
That's where you can find stuff on it now.
On it now.
Yeah.
Instagram @Jeebus Movie.
Yeah.
Do we need to write Jeebus on the board?
Yeah.
Here.
And I take this chair now, right?
You do. Because this is the way it is. Who knew? Yeah, who knew? This is it. All of a sudden, he's been in town like since December, and now he's taking the furniture. All right. Now, Maureen is going to join us on the stage. Maureen! Yay!
It's always exciting.
I know. Did you see that? 10! I give it a 10! That was brilliant.
Well, thank you.
You did a great job. That was a 10 entry into the pool, as it were. Okay, I think I'm just going to stick this right here. I never really know. One day I'm going to have my own, one day my content is going to be so important that I'm going to have my own sound person. Why not? It could happen. Before we go too far, I just want to talk about this fruit again. Last week I played that song and then I just played it again. the song, the love song. And last week I had this fruit out. I was going to cut it. It came from Barney's garden, but it was not yet ripe. This is a chocolate sapote, and it's still not ripe. So I'm updating this grew right here in Gulfport. Feel it. It's supposed to be like a persimmon, and it was hard as a rock 2 weeks ago, but because it's been so cold, it hasn't yet. I don't think it's ripe yet, and these are a gift for you. I don't know if I want to give them to you now or later. Here,
later.
Later, because you get some of those, because you recognize the tree.
I like them.
And this is the other little thing. Who loves papaya? Are you a papaya lover? Really? Because some people hate papaya. Okay, I'm going to gift you with this papaya, and you can share it with your sister, maybe, if she loves papaya. This came off my tree here, and so I'm going to send you home with some flowers and fruits and things like that. And why? Because you are Maureen.
Oh, I thank you.
Now, Maureen Kilroy of the ENROY Foundation Incorporated. And the ENROY Foundation is a foundation that you started with your husband, who has passed on, but is rooting for the team from the other side, if I may be so flippant as to say that. And this is Kilroy, because that's your name. ENROY, the Roy's from Kilroy, and the Inlow was your partner's name, and that's how you all came up with the name.
ENROY.
ENROY. So we no longer have Larry, but we do have the foundation.
We do. We've decided.
Oh, wait. Oh, no, I gave you one.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Larry always wanted the ENROY Foundation to be something that would continue, as long as it can continue, because it's for supporting the performing and visual arts, predominantly here in Gulfport, but in the Tampa Bay area. And so we decided that, we're going to go on. We're going to continue to do things a little bit differently because, because we are. And so coming up, can I talk about coming up?
Yes, this is so exciting. Okay, so the ENROY Foundation, let me recap, is a foundation that you...
It's not really a foundation. It's a nonprofit.
It's a nonprofit.
501c3.
501c3, and you are encouraging artists, you are encouraging people with actual cash
we give
stipends.
Artist grants.
Artist grants. You host performances.
Yes.
Okay, so there's one coming up.
There's actually two coming up, but one coming up on Friday, February 25th. We have a backyard concert with Empty Hats.
I love them.
Oh, yeah, they're great. We love them. And a local Celtic band who are fabulous entertainers. They're not just musicians, they're entertainers.
They are entertainers. And you know what the nice thing about this is? That Maureen and I belong to the same club. I'm not sure, I haven't checked whether she's paid her dues yet, but there's this club called the Drop the PA Club. Okay, and I think that the Empty Hats are going to perform without a PA.
Yes.
Acoustically.
Yes.
So I don't know whether she's an actual card-carrying member of the club, but she could be because you are supporting actual acoustic music, and I think that that is so powerful. And so this show is located in your outdoors in the yard.
Right.
And the address is...
Well,
we don't.
I prefer not to publish. Okay. In Australia or New Zealand, they might run and try to get in my backyard.
Right. Okay.
But
if you're interested in seeing the show, how do we find out about it?
You could email. I know, old school, but to enroy@yahoo.com, and we also have the event on Facebook. If you're
and it's just called the Empty Hats at the ENROY.
Yeah, something like that. Right. The event is Empty Hats. And then on March 5th, that's a Saturday, we have a Tardigrass Celebration. And it's Tardigrass because it's 4 days after Mardi Gras, so it's tardy. And that will be also a fundraiser for Inroad Foundation, but really it's an excuse for a party. And it will be in Sea Dog Cantina, and it will feature Marianne and the Professor, who are wonderful local artists and great sing-along people. And then Gulfport Swamp Opera will play Cajun and Louisiana music. So,
and people will pay money to get in, or buy drinks, or donate, or somehow get money into the foundation, which then can be...
Thank you. Tickets are available at the Gulfport Beach Bazaar, also Sea Dog Cantina, and Sumitra in Gulfport. And
you would buy a ticket. Ooh.
Yeah.
So exciting.
And we're asking people to buy a ticket in advance by the 17th of February, and that's so Sea Dog Cantina can plan to have enough staff there, because as some of us have experienced, staffing can be kind of problematic in Gulfport restaurants.
I think patience is the virtue. Patience is a virtue.
Patience. We love patience.
What are you going to do?
Yeah. Oh, and there'll be door prizes.
Door prizes.
Yeah, pretty cool door prizes with your ticket, and there'll also be an auction for 4 works of art by 4 Gulfport artists, I can't remember all 4 of them right now, so I won't name names.
Okay, but there's going to be things to you can purchase a ticket, you can join in, and all the money will then come back into the community, sort of artsy-wise.
By way of ENROY Foundation.
Turning cash to art.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's kind of the opposite way around. All right, so speaking of art.
Yes.
Do you have a song you'd like to sing for us?
Yeah, sort of. And Laura, I know you hate the blues, but as
I'm just not going to have him.
As,
if you know
as
what I
we
mean.
were talking about earlier, I mean, sometimes you got to talk about what's going on, and when you're a woman of a certain age, there are only so many things you get blue about, and this is one of them for me.
Okay.
Well, my lilies won't bloom, though I treat them so fine. My lilies won't bloom, yours will bloom, why won't mine? It fills me with gloom, oh yeah, when my lilies won't bloom. Well, I fed them on peat moss, and I fed them on lime. I planted them in deep shade and in dappled sunshine. You know, I gave them more room, but my lilies won't bloom. Now I ask you, what more could I do? They're green and they're healthy and they're spreading too. Still my lilies won't bloom, though I try and I try. My lilies won't bloom, and they won't tell me why. I'm gonna give up real soon, if my lilies won't bloom. Oh look, there's a bud.
That's hilarious. I mean, there's all sorts of things to care about in the world, you know, and I can relate.
Really got me down, man.
Are these lilies here in Gulfport?
Well,
what kind of these are northern lilies?
They were in my backyard in Atlanta.
Yeah, they wouldn't bloom. Did they ever bloom?
No.
Never bloom?
No, they really do.
Have you ever heard that if you got a fig tree and you're trying to get it to make figs and it won't make figs, you got to beat it with a stick?
I never tried that.
You know, well, that's and the theory is that if the fig is happy where it is, it's not going to make fruits and seeds to get somewhere else. So you beat it, and then it goes, wait a minute, it's terrible around here, so it produces a lot of figs to get somewhere else. And lilies are the same way. They'll just clump and grow if they're happy where they are. Beat it, it might think, I don't know if that's good advice or not. I'm giving, I'm giving random advice.
Okay.
Beat the lily. Shake the dew off the lily. That's a different story altogether.
Yes, it is.
That's where I thought you were going in the song. Okay, women of a certain age and all this. We are going to sing a song together. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
Okay. This song is one we like to end on, and it's in A. Please sing along out there if you know it. I don't jump freight trains when they roll by. I don't like the blues, I'll tell you why. I go downtown when I want to smoke, and I'm treating life like a joke. But I won't go sitting in my neighbor's yard, 'cause he's been working mighty hard. I go downtown, but I don't wear shoes. Oh Lord, I don't sing the blues, nah. Carry my rain in a bushel basket and carry the sunshine too. Carry my rain in a bushel basket, but let the sunshine through. Come sing it with us. Carry my rain in a bushel basket. Carry my rain in a bushel basket. Carry my rain in a bushel basket, but let the sunshine through. I won't get cross if you smile at me. I'll throw my troubles out to sea. I don't wear black or need a heart attack, 'cause we could be happy. How about that? I don't think much about what could go wrong. I don't want to sing about it in a song. I'll look at you and shake my head. Lord knows there are people better off dead. Carry my rain in a bushel basket, carry the sunshine too. Carry my rain in a bushel basket, but let the sunshine through. Carry my rain in a bushel basket, carry my rain in a bushel basket, carry my rain in a bushel basket, let the sunshine through. You never know what's going to happen. Just got to go with the flow. You're doing a great job, by the way.
Thanks.
I don't see Saturn when I look at the stars, but I know it's out there and so's Mars. I don't think much about the evening news, and Lord knows I'm not going to sing the blues. I don't like ham, but I do like toast, and I certainly don't care who you hate the most. I don't care, 'cause it's always been done. You could give in, but still have some. Carry my rain in a bushel basket, carry the sunshine too. Carry my rain in a bushel basket, but let the sunshine through. Carry my rain in a bushel basket, carry my rain in a bushel basket, carry my rain in a bushel basket, but let the sunshine through. You gotta let your sunshine through. All right, there we go. Does anybody have anything they need to say? Thank you so much, Sonia, Maureen, and Coley, for being here. Venmo. You can just Venmo me some money if you want. If you think I should be doing the Laura Shepard Show. PayPal. You can just PayPal me some money at lshepard9. Or you could become a patron of the arts at patreon.com. This is my new, it's kind of like, you know what this is like? It's like a thing that's going to hypnotize you. It's going to spin, and it's going to spin, and it's going to spin, and you're going to watch it. And next thing you know, you're going to be going to patreon.com to join the club. Thank you so much. We did it, folks. Goodbye. 2 weeks. See you in 2 weeks.